So I can't see. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Ageless Intimacy. You are in the right place at the right time. Don't change that dial. You are right where you need to be. I am super excited to welcome you to one of the most informative talk shows ever with Dr. Mia and Joseph and your girl, me, Miss V, as your host. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a subject matter that is very important to the longevity of your relationships. We're going to be talking about mental wellness and
Ooh,
intimacy. They
yeah,
go hand in hand because if the
absolutely.
mind ain't right, the stuff ain't right. Y'all already know. So make some noise for our very own Dr. Mia and Joseph.
What's
Good evening.
up?
Good
Going on.
evening. So, Dr. Mia, Joseph, it's been a minute. I've been all over the world and but I'm super excited to be back with Ageless Intimacy. Tell me, what is going down in me Bellaville?
What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Mia, and
Joseph.
we are here representing Me Bella Wellness Center. This is definitely a conversation near and dear to our heart. Mental wellness, it's mental wellness awareness month, mental health awareness month. So it's an important month. I think green is the color. So a lot of people are celebrating mental health and mental
Oh,
wellness.
I
And we
didn't
know,
know that.
yes, girl, it is mental health and mental
Let me
wellness.
try to put my green up or something.
Right. I know I could have put some green. I'm sure I got some green in my cute new earrings that I got from Yogi Dada. So I'm sure some green up in there somewhere. But anyway, we want to talk about it because mental wellness and mental health is so important for us, especially in our community. It's not something that we speak a lot about, but something that we should speak more about. And just the fact that of the importance of mental wellness. And we know without mental wellness, it's going to be very difficult for us to experience everlasting intimacy. So, yeah, we just wanted to kind of come from that angle today: mental wellness and intimacy, and the importance of mental wellness to have everlasting intimacy. So, thank you, Ms. V, for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. Now, this is a big topic all over the world, mental wellness. We are dealing in a day where it's more talked about than ever. We all know we had some people in our families that we saw some things were wrong with and no one ever addressed. So kudos to all of you who are really taking care of your mental health.
Yeah.
Um, Dr. Mia, this is really a sensitive subject. And I
hmm
want to know, how does it play into intimacy?
Yes. Well, I say it plays into wellness in general. And I
Right.
think that wellness and intimacy go right hand in hand. So for us to grow old and experience everlasting intimacy, we do have to have some things in place. And that's our health and our total wellness. And I feel like you can't have complete total wellness if you don't focus in on that mental health component. And we know that as we age and mature, we always talk about hormonal balance, the changes in hormones, andropause for men as they transition and through the different stages, and their testosterone levels go down. Same for women with perimenopause, the testosterone levels go down, as well as menopause. And so those things can negatively affect mental health. So one of the key features of perimenopause and andropause would be, increased anxiety, increased depression, irritability. So those things that really do affect our mental health. So that's kind of how we got on this conversation. We definitely don't talk about it a lot for men in general. We talk about it a little bit more for women
For
these days.
women? Yeah.
Yeah. And in our community, it's not a conversation that we have a lot. So we wanted to make sure that we focused in on that, because we know that different medications that you may take because of anxiety and depression can negatively affect your intimacy, your desire for intimacy, your enjoyment of intimacy, just like those other physical health conditions that can negatively affect intimacy.
Yeah,
And
but
so, Joseph,
let me
go.
give you the short answer.
Okay, well,
Okay.
give me the short answer.
The short answer is how it fits together with your mental wellness and your intimacy is, sometimes even as men, if we have a new partner anxiety, right? And so we'll have anxiety about having that intimate moment with them, or we'll be so anxious or just, we about to get to it, right? And then it doesn't perform. or it performs a little bit sooner than it should, so you have what pre whatever. So
Is that a quickie?
yeah, well, sometimes it's a no-y.
Oh, oh,
Right.
because
Yeah.
The anxiety has built up, right?
right.
And so mentally, we have to deal with that anxiety and really ease into it, especially when you have a new partner sometimes. And sometimes if you have not been having good performance and not getting good erections and things like that, that is also a mental, it's not just a mental thing. Let me not say that, but it can affect you mentally, so when it's time for you to have, intimate issues or intimate times, then mentally you're thinking about, man, is it going to be right this time? Man, am I going to be able to last this time? Is it even going to get up? So that's mentally can affect you, especially as a male, right? So you have that anxiety. A lot of things that go into that is, what are you doing and what are you watching? What are you seeing a lot of? Are you on strippergram a lot? Are you looking at porn a lot? Because mentally that can affect you when it's time to be intimate with your partner.
Wow.
That can affect you when it's time
So
to be
let me
intimate.
ask you this question. Does this have an age discrimination?
Absolutely not.
But we
Really?
do know that men are more likely to experience some erectile dissatisfaction once that about 50% of men over the age of 50.
Yeah, we
So
know
we
that.
do know that with age.
But when it comes to that mental anxiety part of it, that doesn't have an age discrimination. You could be 25 with a new partner and just want to be anxious to be with this new partner, and you not perform properly.
So how do we get well mentally so that our intimacy works properly?
We have to change some behavior.
Okay.
So like if you watch a lot of porn, stop. Or watch porn with your partner.
Or do erotic books or listen to books or
see, that's more on the woman's side than the male side.
Yeah, a man ain't about to be reading no books, Dr. Mia.
Right. Well, you don't have to read books, but really listening to sex therapists and listening to sex experts, the recommendation is that if you need some help getting into intimacy, it is actually better to hear it than to see it, because of the negative effects that a lot of porn can have on a woman or a man as far as sexual function goes. So the recommendation is that instead of watching a lot of porn when you're trying to improve your intimacy, a better way to do it would be to read books, learn more about your body, learn more about the act of intercourse. So when we're talking about men and women, that's the way to do it. And remember, when you read books now, you don't have to read, you can listen. So a lot of times I say I'm reading a book, I'm actually listening to audio. Right. I'm hearing it on audio. And so when you hear a book and it's talking about intercourse, even whether it's a novel, whether it's fiction or whether it's nonfiction, the detail and the imagery is really good for you to use. And that's going to also help down the road with function, where it's not going to hinder your function if all you're doing is watching a lot of unrealistic porn that doesn't necessarily happen during the average person's intimate relationships.
Right. Those images, when you watch a lot of porn, those images get embedded in the back of your mind. And so what you see is the act with someone else versus the act with your partner.
And which may not be a realistic view.
Right. And when it's not the actuality, then it may cause you to decline rather than to
and it's hard to have that visualization with your partner.
Right.
It's over like.
Okay, so slow this down because I'm all, I need to pay y'all for this class because wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that what? No, I'm just kidding. So listening, go back to that. I've never ever in my life ever heard of any listening.
I would listen to a book about performance and how to be better, but I'm not going to listen to an erotica type book.
I know, right? Like I want to know about this book.
And I'm not even saying erotica. I'm talking about like it's not necessarily erotica that you listen to, but there are a lot of books out there that you can read that because if you think about it, nobody's ever been taught to have intimacy. That's something you just learn over time. It's based on your experiences. And because of, I didn't have a whole lot of just experience with the act of intimacy, how my body works, what works. But I actually explored and read a lot of books to learn more about my body, what works, what doesn't work. So it doesn't have to be erotica. It doesn't have to be fiction.
Okay.
It can be nonfiction with like one of my favorite books is The Orgasm Prescription. And what it does is it teaches a woman about her body. One of my other favorite books is Come As You Are. It's for men and women. And it's actually about the female anatomy and what really works for women when you're talking about the actual external genitalia, when you're talking about, you know, touch as well as, you know, all different forms of intimacy, whether it's oral.
I need to get that book, but wait, to slow down because our audience, I'm sure, is just erotical right now. Here's what I do know those books are, you know, real because I remember buying a book called the Orgasma. It was no. I know what it was. It was called the Orgasm Bible.
Okay.
The Orgasm Bible. And to be honest with you, just on this side of it, people, you know, Dr. Mia and Joseph got the medical side, but on this side, mentally, when you do not know what the body can do, you don't know how it can assist you,
right?
If I should say.
Yep.
So what about going into that realm, Joseph? You know, we depend on the men to get us mentally in place. And then Dr. Mia, you can tell me how maybe we need to get our own self mentally in place. But but Joseph, what is it that men should do? Because I've heard a lot of women say, well, he doesn't move me like that. And the porn and that other stuff becomes the way of getting there. But mentally, men can carry us there. Is there any kind of advice you have for that?
Yeah, I would say find a book that you can identify with.
Right.
Because I'm not going to do the erotica stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but
I'm not saying erotica, so y'all would say.
But I will do the
like that ain't what I was saying. Y'all quit saying that. That is not what I was saying.
But I would read the Kama Sutra books, stuff like that. You know, different positions and stuff like that. And you got to communicate though.
Right.
Absolutely.
She can't be on the other end telling other people he don't move me and she hasn't told him.
Right.
Oh, that's good. That is good, Joseph.
Then if that's the case, why y'all partners?
And then
I love that I'm sorry, Dr. Mia. I love that he just took us all the way back to like 12 classes, 24 classes, because communication is important in every area of your relationship.
So if you're expecting different and you haven't said nothing about what's the same, then that's partially your fault too.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's partially your fault as well. So you can't think it's just going to change overnight. Men are not searching for ways to be better like that. If we don't get a good erection, we're trying to figure out why we're not getting that, but we're not trying to figure out why we're not pleasing our woman. That's not what we're trying to do.
So should we both be trying to mentally, I had a good word, like mentally, get each other in a mental state, but I'm looking for another word.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we have to communicate to do that, you know, because mentally, you know, if I'm not performing and she don't tell me, then I'm thinking I'm doing all right until something happens where it turns a different left. It goes left. Right.
That's good.
And vice versa. If I don't tell her, same thing. So mentally, you know, we have to serve our egos. Number one, you know, men have egos. We got to serve those egos. Number one. Okay. You know, tell us what's good. Tell us what's bad. You know, we've been together 25 years. You know, she's not gonna hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Joseph, she ain't got nothing bad to say about you.
Right. She don't. So,
and if I do, I need to say
absolutely not.
But the other part of it is that mental health can negatively affect your desire for intimacy. So
absolutely.
Men struggle with depression just like women do.
And
men and women struggle with anxiety.
And one of the biggest issues for men when it comes to mental health and their intimacy is stress.
Absolutely.
Stress
stay right there. In the words of the late great Luther Vandross, keep it right there, keep it right there, keep it. Listen, that is a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stress will ruin the moment.
Yes. Or
absolutely.
even
Ladies
the
and
desire.
gentlemen,
Right.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have bills, we have children, we have responsibilities. But
Right.
if you intend to have ageless intimacy, we have
Mm-hmm.
got to compartmentalize things so that they don't leak over into these realms where
Mhm.
we need to please each other and support each other. Mental wellness, ladies and gentlemen, it's what we're talking about. And I'm sure there's many couples here that have never ever even thought that might be your problem. Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Mia, how and what can we get started on to be mentally well,
Mm.
that we may be a better support system for our mates, spouses, companions?
Mm-hmm. So I think recognizing the symptoms. So, if
Mhm.
you're a man or a woman and you're starting to notice that you're sleeping more, you don't have the energy to do the normal things that you used to enjoy doing, going out with friends,
Mm.
exercising, getting up to be social. If you're noticing that your mood is off and you just have a really down mood, or you have a more anxious mood where you actually having anxiety attacks, or you're always having palpitations and you always are on this high anxiety kind of realm. If you're more irritable, so the things that your partner do to get on your nerves now, that didn't get on your nerves before, but it's because of your irritability. And remember, with age and maturity, and we're talking about people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, when your hormones start to change, when women go through true menopause and their estrogen levels and testosterone levels decline, they can start noticing more mental health concerns and mental health issues. So I think first, recognizing the signs, weight gain, weight loss, sleeping a lot, not being able to sleep, and then having those changes in your emotions in general. So the first thing you need to do is be able to recognize the symptoms. The second thing you need to do is make sure that you have a mental health or mental wellness expert as part of your team. So, we all need a team to keep us great. You may need a
Right.
coach to help you with your business, but you also need that mental health person that you can go to for therapy, to discuss what's going on with you, to let them know that your mood is getting off, and that way, if you need medications, you can get on medications. Because remember, sometimes it can just be some medications that you're on for something else that can negatively affect your libido,
Right.
desire for intercourse, as well as your performance. So I just think recognizing the symptoms, understanding that mental wellness is key, and that mental health concerns definitely happen during this point in life. And we know that they can negatively affect us sexually. So recognizing that those things can negatively play on our ageless intimacy.
And I
Now,
would say for men, count the days. Start there. Count the days you haven't done it.
Yeah, if you used to
Count the
having
day.
intercourse 3-4 times a week, and
Yeah.
now it's
it's a
Count the days
month.
you haven't done it.
Mhm.
Count the days you haven't done it. Count the times you haven't gone to bed on time. And when I say on time, we all got a regular time we go to bed, But if you stressed out and you really got some things going on, you might not be going to bed on time. You might not even be sleeping that much. So count those days. Seek a professional.
Right. Very important.
Seek a
mm-hmm.
professional. Seek a professional. Check your hormones. Somebody said here, men's hormones may change slightly too. No,
A
men's
lot.
hormones don't change slightly. They change.
A lot. Yeah.
They change a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And we go through the same thing that women go through. It just look a little different. It's not
That's good, Joseph.
physical as women with their bodies,
Mhm.
but it is physical for us, and it is mental as well, because a lot of things change that our egos are built on.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
know,
that's good. That's good.
so make sure you seek a professional, check your hormones. If you go to your doctor, go to your doctor, see what's going on with you. And we always talk about going to see your internal medicine doctor, make sure your blood pressure, cholesterol, heart, all that's doing well, because that affects everything. Because that can affect you mentally, that can affect you in your intercourse or in your
And especially if you're taking medication for that, those side effects are
Yeah.
what's
side effects.
really killing
Yep.
us and
Pay
taking us off the
attention to it.
game. Yeah.
Journal all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can understand, because the key is, if you were doing it every 3 days, right? Then now you're doing it every week and a half, right?
2 to 3
and
weeks.
then if you was going to bed at 10:30, but now you don't get to bed at 12:30, it's not because you have more work to do. It's just because you can't really get to bed. There's some things you need to go get checked out.
And
So I want to say this. I'm sorry. I want to say this, Dr. Mia and Joseph. I love how you guys have given us the perspectives of both parties, because we like to say, y'all know who I'm talking to, y'all, that Black men are not emotional, and they are, we just kind of feel like they made of iron. They don't have feelings. But Dr. Mia just gave us something, ladies. Men get depressed too. Men have anxiety too. And then Joseph just let us know that men have issues just like we do. They just look different.
Right.
So what we need to be is educated. That's why we have you here right now on Ageless Intimacy. If you have a question, please ask whatever question you have. We are wide open. We want to really help in this season. I think we need to do several more before May is out, so we can tackle this subject in increments, because this is a really, really, really strong subject. Like, it's just not a story we talk about enough, especially in marriages where intimacy is concerned. And sisters, he's fallen off and you think, and brothers, she's fallen off and you think, well, let's stop thinking. Let's get educated so that we can do something about it. Dr. Mia, you were going to say something before I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I don't remember, but anyway, I agree. Communication and understanding that we all can have changes in our mental health, and making sure that we make that a priority if we're noticing changes. And if you're noticing changes with your partner, you're the first person that's probably going to notice that your partner is coming to bed later, that your partner is not as talkative, that your partner is sadder all the time, more irritable all the time. So making sure you're communicating those changes with your partner and encouraging them to go get help when it's needed. And remember, half the time it's us going through these midlife changes, this journey of life where the hormones change. And sometimes simple balance of hormones changes all of that and improves all of that with the mental health, as well as with the desire, and as well as with the enjoyment, and as well as with the function of the body. All of those things play a huge role in intimacy and healthy intimacy. So physical health, mental health, spiritual health, communicating, and then taking care of yourself, having that therapist, and seeking help when you know you need it.
And listen, we have all of that at Me Bella. So you need to come and see us. Come and see Dr. Mia and Joseph for all of your wellness, because we have so many programs, Dr. Mia and Joseph. Dr. Mia, will you tell us what women can take advantage of? And then Joseph, will you tell us what men can take advantage of to assist in these situations?
That's great. Thank you. So definitely at Me Bella, we offer gynecology to women and adolescents. So, just going for your prevention, your screening, going for your annual exam. Many times those conversations should come up, especially if you're a woman seeing a gynecologist. They should be asking about your sexual health and your intimacy, your libido, your enjoyment. And then also, when you're not just talking about that, hormones change. Our bodies start to change. So making sure your hormones are balanced, making sure your thyroid levels are balanced, making sure you have plenty of testosterone, making sure your ovaries are still working. And if they're not, maybe replacing those hormones so that you feel closer to your normal. And then even with that, you get your hormones balanced, you lost all your weight with our weight management programs, you've done your screening. Well, with age, the body changes. So we have great intimacy services for women that help with the function, that help you to have better and stronger big O's, that allow you to have the desire and the enjoyment so that you want to. So the O shot, vaginal rejuvenations, as well as the O waves, all of those things, and hydrogel are going to enhance your sexual function so you can continue to enjoy, have a strong desire, and be intimate with your partner so you can increase the oneness in your relationship for women.
Joseph, for the men?
First thing I would tell any male is make sure you're going to see your doctor. That's number one. Make sure you're going to see a doctor. Make sure you get your blood pressure checked. Make sure you're getting cholesterol, heart, everything checked. That's the first thing. Your diabetes, everything, getting everything checked, and be open with your doctor. Tell them everything that's going on. Okay. They can't tell nobody else.
Right. HIPAA.
Right. They can't tell anybody else. So you need to tell your doctor everything that's going on. And number two is pay attention to how you're changing. If you're gaining weight in your belly, if you're having mood swings, and I mean serious mood swings, because we all have mood. Let's make this
Right.
clear.
But when it's drastic and it's got
Sometimes
you
it's
out of
drastic.
weight.
You have a
Yeah.
serious mood swing. You
Yeah.
know, if you have low fatigue, I mean, you're just fatigued all the time. You have low libido. You know, pay attention to that. If you before, if you was highly active, you always want to do it, and now all of a sudden you don't. That's a problem. Because this is not 1950, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000s. In 2024, we know that that is a depletion of something, you know, because really your body does change and things deplete over years. And if you still have those things, then you will be able to do all the things you was doing at 30, 35. Now you're not going to be able to swing from the chandeliers. Nah,
Don't try.
Don't try that. You know, but
you can spin around in the rocking chair, but don't try.
Do that. You know, so it's something closer to the ground. You know, so but you know, you got to pay attention to your body. Don't just say, well, I'm gaining weight because I'm older. That's not a fact. You know, if you're working out and you're still gaining weight, you got some issues. You know, and that's what we got to do. We got to continue to be active, just like we was at 30, just like we was at 40, and I'm 50 plus. So just like I got to continue to be active, because if I'm not being active, I'm going to gain weight, and it's going to affect my fatigue, and it's going to affect my testosterone
and your mood
and my mood and all that. And then I'm going to be out of breath, and I'm not even going to have the energy to do whatever I want to do, you know, and then that can also cause stress and mental breakdown and things like that. So you want to make sure you're being as active as possible. Then if you go to your doctor and you see that you're low on testosterone and other things, then you seek a professional like us here at Mibella, where we can help you replace your testosterone and help you with other things. If you're having issues with performance, we can help you with that as well. So seek your professional, work out, and know what's going on with your body.
And Miss V, you can't leave without telling us what's going on with you. I know you always have a lot that you're doing in the community.
Oh gosh.
I know that you do all these speaking engagements and all the things you do.
Absolutely.
Can you tell people what you're up to these days so that they can follow you and, you know, participate?
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Mia and Joseph. It is just such a pleasure to be here with you guys. And yes, I've been busy. You know, we've just recently opened the Epic Center, 1301 3rd Avenue. Yes, we're super excited. 11,963 square feet of entertainment, worship, event space, theater space. We are there for it all. Listen, if you want to rent the facility or find out what we got going on, you can easily go to our webpage at The Epic Center Birmingham. You can reach out to me at 205-212-0399. You can get to us on Facebook Monday through Friday. Always information there. 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time under my page, Valencia Johnson, and on Instagram at MRSB Live. It's so much going on. We're going to be feeding this coming weekend at the Epic Center. So we're going to be giving away food boxes, and we're going to be doing some stuff with the sheriff and the city of Birmingham. We recently received an award for Best Transformation Real Estate Award.
Oh, so wow. And y'all did transform that.
Oh my God. I could not believe that, Joseph. I mean, Mia, when they gave us that, I was like, but you know what? When we saw the building, it was a mess. And I guess through the transforming of it all, I didn't really pay attention to it was that drastic. But yeah, we took this place and turned it upside down. And so
it's epic.
It's epic.
Oh, it's so epic. We're gonna keep growing. But thank you guys so much for allowing me to host and to be with you. We got a comedy show getting ready to come out called Keep It Spicy, Keep It Saved, featuring yours truly, just me, Miss V. Keep It Spicy, Keep It Saved is for the married people. So Ageless Intimacy will be platformed during that time. I'll be talking about all of this good stuff, but in a comical way. So we're super excited. Got quite a few musical stage plays that are coming, and Just excited. So many doors
When
being
is the
open.
comedy show? Do you have a date for that yet?
Yes, the comedy show is going to be the third weekend in June.
Okay.
And I know it's right up on us, and I'm going to make sure I give y'all that. I think it's that Friday and that Saturday.
You got to change that day.
Right,
I need to change it.
21st,
Okay.
we'll be
Is that
here.
the 21st, 22nd?
Yeah, that we'll be here. We'll be here.
All right,
21st, 22nd
Okay.
of June.
We
So
here.
that's
Because
that
my
third.
birthday is that weekend, the week of after that, which is the 26th. So I'll be the big 5-5.
Oh, I didn't
And
know you and Gabby's birthday was that close together. Look at that.
what's Gabby's?
The
23rd.
25th.
25th. Sorry, 25th.
Okay, the 23rd
Yeah.
and the 25th.
The 25th. All right.
But yeah,
then.
so we're super excited and just looking forward to so many wonderful things as we go through this mental wellness transformation with all of you. So let's go, family. Let's get it together. Let's get our health in order.
Yes.
Dr. Miguel,
Thank you, Ms. V. Thank y'all. We'll see
I got
y'all
a
next
tip.
time.
Hold on. I got a tip.
Okay, what's our tip?
And this is going to be my tip until I change my tip.
Okay.
Beware the people who call what you do little.
Ooh.
Your little Epic Center, your little
Yes.
concert, your little Me Bella Wellness,
Yes.
your little Smoke Goats.
Yes.
Beware people call your stuff little.
Yes.
Beware.
Oh, that's good, Joseph.
Those
Yeah.
are haters.
Yeah.
Because God don't do nothing little.
Nothing little. Wow.
Right.
There you have it, family.
So tell your little
Beware
friends
of those
their little
who
hater selves.
minimize.
All right. Thank
But
y'all.
thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye. And the month of May, we got something every Saturday with Dr. Mia. Next week, we'll be talking about fibroids with Dr. Arian Cook, all the way from the DMV area. So you don't want to miss that as well. And I will see y'all next time. Go have a great week. Bye. Thank you, Ms.